This is the killer truck. On Tuesday, residents say it was left on the Tafo-Pankrono stretch, obstructing traffic for hours.
The
truck was parked here. A tricycle nearly crashed into it. Everyone here said this truck could cause an accident because there was no warning triangle behind the vehicle and it caused a lot of traffic.
The authorities did not move the truck from this place. Now there has been an accident. The truck has been moved. This is unfair.
At dawn on Wednesday, a speeding Sanyong minibus with registration AS 333215 crashed into the rear of the stationary truck, killing its two occupants instantly.
We heard the bang at dawn. When we got here, the minibus had crashed into the truck. The driver and another woman were dead.
The dead have been identified as Joyce Kunedu, a 50-year-old trader, and 34-year-old driver of the vehicle, Bashiru Abubakar. Some enraged residents of Tafo vented their spleen on the tipper truck, smashing its windscreen. Police say the driver of the truck has been arrested to assist in investigations. Reporting for Joy News, Erastus Asaredonko, Tafo-Pankrono, Kumasi.
Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe and click on that bell icon and get notified every time we share something new. You know we always share something new. Stay constant.
Good morning. We brought the juvenile suspects, and according to the Evening Act, we don't have to term them as suspects. We brought them, the juveniles, to court. As investigation is not completed, we came to seek to get them remanded so that we can continue with investigations. Since we cannot keep them over and above the 48 hours per there's a constitutional mandate, so we brought them to the court, juvenile court today, to get them remanded. So God being so good, the court granted our request, and they've been remanded to reappear on the 15th, that's a week today, to court. Meanwhile, the court has directed the registrar to send or forward all recordings and then charge it to the supervising high court judge to direct the court to the next line of action. For juveniles, you cannot remand them by the Juvenile Justice Act. You cannot remand them over and above 7 days. That's why they were remanded for only 7 days. So if were to be adults to have been about 2. Good morning. We brought the juvenile suspects, and according to the
when the classroom, so we closed for prep around 8:30. So we came to the dormitory and we saw that the Form 3 students were standing under the building. So they caught one Form 1 and they hold his shirt and they asked him to remove his shirt and he said he would. So we were sitting there and we saw that the Form 2 students have grouped themselves and they are coming to us. So when they came, they were come to pull one Form 1 and send to the dormitory and go and bully him. So all the Form 1 said that we will not allow him to send the Form 1 to the cubicle to go and bully him. So when we were struggling, we saw that. So when he choked the boy with the hand.
Who did what?
to park.
Did what?
He took the boy with the knife, so he escaped. So I saw him escaping. So I went and called the boy back. The boy is escaping. We went and caught him, and he sent him to his friends.
It's unfortunate that this incident has happened to us. We've reported the case to our bosses. The police is also investigating the case, and I want to assure the public that the school will give its maximum support towards the investigation of the case so that we have justice for all.
At COP26, which happened in the United Kingdom, state or town of Glasgow, and of course, he put it right there regards climate change that we have in this country and elsewhere or across the world. And I'm going to quote exactly what he said, or some of the things he said on the day, of course, when he took the stage. He says, quote, "Let us use this summit as a turning point to create a more prosperous, greener, and fairer world, which maintains the balance between the social, economic, and environmental requirements of all nations of the earth, rich and poor," unquote. His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. And of course, that is how we like to welcome you to another beautiful week and beautiful day. Of course, beautiful Monday on page 995 here on Love 99.5 FM. We do this with you every Monday and Wednesdays at exactly 7 p.m. And I am your host, Patricia BONSU. We hope and believe that your weekend was a very fruitful one. It was a very nice one. We hope it was joyous. We hope it was fun. And it was beautiful, like the royal wedding that we understand happened in the Ashanti region. Yes, of course, the CEO of Edinkra Pai and the daughter of Anita Hotel, we understand, tied the knot over the weekend in the region, and it was grand. In fact, on social media, there are a zillion photos and videos of things that money can do. And that is what was seen over the weekend. It was part of the activities that crowned the weekend. And one other interesting thing that came out over the weekend, our very own Auntie Cecilia Mafo and wait, is it what shall I render?
No.
Ato. No. Why are you now Cecilia Mafo's daughter or what?
You didn't know I was a musician.
Oh, I never knew. I thought apart from the barrister work, I mean, that was just it. I didn't know.
You can see today I've left the courtroom and I'm a Buffy.
Okay. So you think you can sing the song?
Oh yes, of course.
What
shall I say? Fire chika crack. Unto the Lord.
That's one of the gentlemen you'll be hearing from this evening. Of course, he's a Monday regular. He's in the person of Atodadzi, and he's officially called Patrick. He's an unofficial barrister, and so you'll be hearing from him. But Atuwe, how was your weekend? I mean, tell me how your weekend went.
My weekend was good.
Okay.
My weekend was good. It was usually during the week. My weekends are the busiest.
Okay.
But it was busy.
But it was okay.
But it was good. It was very good.
I see. So I have another gentleman also in the studio.
I had about 4 or 5 events to attend. I call all of them parties.
I see.
I had weddings, I had video shoots, I had birthday parties and all that. So it was a good weekend.
I see. And I also have Prince Tachi in the studio with me this evening. We'll be doing the discussion. Prince, if you can come close to the microphone, tell us, how was your week also? I'd like to know, how was your weekend?
Oh, it was good. I had quite some time to relax. Sometimes out of the busy schedule, you have to relax a while.
Oh, okay. Yes, I see. That's good to hear.
Yes, of course.
Well, I had a very I wouldn't say terrible, but it was quite packed. And
I saw some programs here and there.
Yes, Pills of Art. I knew you were going to be there. I had to be there, but I was tied somewhere, so I couldn't come. Mina is a very good friend of mine, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah, sure. Of course, I was at Pills of Arts, but then I had a very terrible weekend. It was truly this weekend that I got to experience how our health system really is. But then I like to say kudos to a couple of people. Yes, Konfanoti A&E. The doctors there, the medical professionals. I think we still need to give it to them. With the very little resources they are working there, they're doing quite a good job. Yes. Also, there's a lady I like to say thank you also to. What's her name? Can you imagine? Can you imagine? She's called Mrs. Marina Asabil.
Okay.
Yes, and she's the DDNS for internal medicine at CAT. And you know the good thing, she's actually also a proud old girl of St. Monica's. And
Munche.
Yes, and anyway, our anniversary is coming up this weekend at Mampon. So all roads lead to Asante Mampon this weekend to celebrate the 75th anniversary of this great school. Of course, let me not bore you so much with our school things, but remember that this show is live on Facebook on Love 99.5 FM. When you go to your Facebook, search or type in LUV99.5 FM and you get to watch this show. Also on YouTube, yes, this show is live, and so you can actually join
what shall I say? Go watch the continuum unto the Lord. What I'll do there? Fire Kowatikakra. Now, for 1 what shall I say? Fire Kowatikakra. What shall I say? Go watch the continuum unto the Lord. What I'll do there? Fire Kowatikakra. Now, for 1 what shall I say? Fire Kowatikakra. What shall I say? Go watch the continuum unto the Lord. What I'll do there? Fire Kowatikakra. Now, for 1 what shall I say? Fire Kowatikakra. What shall I say? Go watch the continuum unto the Lord. What I'll do there? Fire Kowatikakra. Now, for 1 what shall I say? Fire Kowatikakra. What shall I say? Go watch the continuum unto the Lord. What I'll do there? Fire Kowatikakra. Now, for 1 what shall I say? Fire Kowatikakra.
The decision to increase or decrease fuel, right? But anything that affects my spending, that increases my spending, I have a problem with it. Personally, maybe, for people like me, no matter what the increases are, we are able to purchase the fuel. But what about the masses? We have people in this country that even if a fare is increased by a peso, they find it difficult to pay. So if the government can do something about the price increment, at least delay some of it, or even do away with the increment, like it will be better for us all.
As for the increase of the fuel, as I'm talking now, it has worried me from day one, and it is worrying me from now. It is worrying me because at first I was buying 60 cedis. I'll use the 60 cedis and close work back. As for now, I'm buying 1.5, which is 150 cedis. Mommy, no, it's not easy. I just want to stop the taxi work and just find some company. As for company where I'm not buying any fuel.
As an ordinary citizen, I don't know what goes into the decision to increase or decrease fuel, right? But anything that affects my spending, that increases my spending, I have a problem with it. Personally, maybe, for people like me, no matter what the increases are, we are able to purchase the fuel. But what about the masses? We have people in this country that even if a fare is increased by a peso, they find it difficult to pay. So if the government can do something about the price increment, at least delay some of it, or even do away with the increments,
like it will be better for us all.
As for the increase of the fuel, as I'm talking now, it has worried me from day one, and it is worrying me from now. It is worrying me because at first I was buying 60 cedis. I'll use the 60 cedis and close work back. As for now, I'm buying 1.5, which is 150 cedis. Mommy, no, it's not easy. I just want to stop the taxi work and just find some company. As for company where I'm not buying any fuel, so it won't cost me much. So as for a taxi there, because of the fuel, I just want to stop.
It's affected me heavily because I run a fleet of vehicles. And those prices, the price going up day in, day out, it's really, really affecting us. We cannot kind of emphasize the need for the government to come in and subsidize on that.
In your home, if you're a trotro driver, if you're a taxi driver, how much are you buying? Which place are you buying it from? And of course, how much are they charging? Because some oil marketing companies have started, of course, increasing prices of fuel at the pumps. And of course, this upward adjustment, we understand, is as a result of rising crude oil prices on the international market. Yes, the price of crude is presently going for about $82 on the world market. And it could even have been higher than the 1.47% increment if the price stabilization or recovery levy had not been suspended on fuel prices for the next 2 months. And of course, this has resulted in a litre of diesel and petrol going down by 14 pesos and 16 pesos liters respectively. So, I mean, fuel, yes, I don't know how else we want to even talk about the issue of fuel, because interestingly, the prices of fuel virtually or literally affects the cost of everything that we live for in this country. Yes, I always say your kenke will remain 2 cedis, but the size, it will not be the same. It will be part of it. I mean, they'll pass on these charges to consumers and all. Tell me how much you are buying your fuel for, and how is it even affecting you? Yes, that is the main, that's the crux of the matter. How is the fuel price hike affecting you? We like to know here on the show. Now, one other issue that we have for you tonight, or to our second trend, is the issue of road fatalities or road accidents. Yes, a lot of people say, oh, we are seeing it going up because of the fact that we are entering gradually into the Yuletide. And so these things are bound to happen like we see every other year. But even before that, we have been seeing road crashes happening everywhere. I mean, for crying out loud, 29 people, we understand from the authorities, the police and all, that 29 people died through road accidents in the Ashanti region alone last week. So if you recall, last Monday at the Abofor camp, 17 people died on the spot when this articulated driver veered into the lane of a Mercedes Sprinter, killing 17 people on board. 10 of them were children, 7 of course were adults, and 2 or 3 days later 3 of the kids died, making the figure there 20. As if that was not enough, the next day, Tuesday dawn, going or coming into Akomadan, this bus, we understand from some passengers who were on board, decided to speed all the way from their journey from Laura, that is in the Upper West region. Upon reaching this police barrier, Chama went and he went directly into a Kia towing truck, which was also parked there, and immediately, or at that particular joint, caught fire. 6 people burnt on the spot beyond recognition. Some people had to try and break through one of the glasses at the back and were lucky to escape. Over 20 people, 6 people dying there. Now, Wednesday morning, a Kofi Job construction vehicle truck at that broke down at Etimetim Pankronoheya. The driver, I don't know for whatever reason, didn't see it sensible or wise enough to put a warning triangle there. Other people were using the road. If you are very familiar with the Tafo Mampontin road, you know how it's traffic prone and everything. Yes, people managed to go through the traffic, even though this car was parked right there. Like no triangle, no weeds or whatever to warn oncoming motorists that there was danger ahead. Wednesday dawn, 2 people died when their Scion minibus crashed into this Kofi Job construction vehicle. And if you, in fact, I just want us to listen briefly to some of the people who use the road at Etimetim and what they saw about this truck before the incident.
30 to 6. Let me free my phone ever.
The truck was parked here. A tricycle nearly crashed into it. Everyone here said this truck could cause an accident.
At dawn on Wednesday, a speeding Sanyong minibus with registration AS 333215 crashed into the rear of the stationary truck, killing its 2 occupants instantly.
How much bear 2 o'clock? The dozen it is a bit power. It's a money story.
We heard the bang at dawn. When we got here, the minibus had crashed into the truck. The driver and another woman were dead.
Arrested. And you know, the people in the area were so incensed that they decided to crash the windscreens of this Kofi Job truck, because they were so incensed. Like, if there's anything at all, the authorities will come, tow the car away, charge them until they release the cars to them and everything. So why is it that this truck alone was says, well, nobody could do that, and people were just going and coming, saw this thing until it shed blood on Wednesday dawn? And road incidents, road accidents. How do you think we can reduce the fatalities? How do you think we can reduce the numbers? How do you think we can reduce the menace? Yes, we are going into the season, and so people, I know every day people get reckless on the road, but then how do we reduce all of this? Some statistics that we have for you indicate that 2,162 people have died between January and September through road crashes. And just so you know, Ashanti region recorded 467 of these deaths. 467 of these deaths between January and September. So if you check, we have not even added October or the early November figures. How do you think we can bring down this menace? And you heard also Shatawale, he's calling for reforms. He's actually composed a track to this particular effect. We'll be bringing you the track so that you see, I mean, it's a foot in such a nipa adjacent social, but it's all well and good that maybe sometimes you need to experience something and call for certain changes. And one other issue that we have for you tonight is the issue of Asante Kotoko, yes, Kumapima Pimbeba, climbing to the top of the GPL. We beat Bechem United to Hasselfolk and still 6 Milud, aka Ejakofinsia team. they were nowhere to be found. They were held to a 1-1 draw by Wafa at Sugakope. And of course, Manchester United, Ole is still there. In fact, for me, he should remain there. And on that Ole note, I'm just going to go to my gentleman in the studio. But remember that this show is also live on the My Joy Online app and the Adom Online app. Go to your Play Store or your App Store. Download the app. Get it installed and you get to listen to everything that we do here. Click on the listen live to any of our brands, but of course especially Love 99.5 FM, and listen live, and let's have a good time discussing what is happening around us as a nation and as the world. So I'm going to give you the first 10 minutes. We are touching on road accidents. We are touching on
fuel hikes.
Yes. And we'll also be talking of protocol. Yes. Yebubunia. I'm for Africa. And of course, we'll be touching on dancehall artist Shatawale. Of course, our main discussion for this evening is centering on the Konongo Dumasi Senior High School incident. So the first 10 minutes is going for you, Ato.
Well, I want to jump straight and talk about the fuel hikes.
How much did you buy fuel the last time you bought fuel?
I have not bought fuel the last time.
Okay, how much are you paying for trotro or your taxi?
I've not really paid attention to, but the change hasn't been that.
Are you working a lot? Well, that's quite an exercise.
Yes, I exercise a lot. So
let's go. Let's hit it.
Today, some trotro driver almost fought me.
Oh, how?
Because I'm supposed to pay 3 CDs and 20 pesos for the lorry fare that I took.
Okay.
I gave the mate 5 CDs. And I was supposed to give me change. The mate was asking if I had 20 peso coin so that the changing the money for me would be easier for him.
Yeah.
I was sitting directly behind the driver. When the mate asked for the 20 pesos, I told him I don't have some.
Okay.
The driver, I don't know what he had. He was angry. He thought I had paid just 3 CDs, and I'm saying I will not pay the 20 pesos.
Oh.
Come and see the fight in this trotro.
Typical Ghanaian. He was just judging you without having to.
I did not even know he was talking to me. Because I've settled with the mate.
I see.
So it was the guy who was sitting next to me who was telling the driver, he's not saying he will not pay. He's not saying he will not pay.
Oh my God.
Then I asked, is the mate saying something? Then he said, no, it's the driver who. If it was not that he was holding the steering wheel and was driving, maybe he would have fought me in the trotro. That is how
much the fuel hikes
the thing is affecting people.
Okay.
They are aggressive even without anybody confronting them.
It's 6.90 at some pumps. I know.
Yes.
Yeah.
6. Hey. I remember some weeks ago I sat here on this chair, and there was news that fuel and its associated whatever was going to be reduced for a month or something.
2 months.
For 2 months.
Yeah.
And I told you, Patricia, that they shouldn't do it like how they gave free water during COVID time, and later we came to pay for it. When I was prophesying, people did not understand.
This one didn't even happen. For us to repay.
This one they did not even give us the free. It is I'm more fire. They are just firing like that. But well, if it has increased on the international front, what can we do about it? But when I hit him,
I know.
Come back. If we had good management in this country, if we had leadership that was managing our resources well, a country that has discovered oil and is producing, we shouldn't be facing some of these things. If Tema Oil Refinery was managed well over the years, we should be refining our own oil in quantities that we will need. We have discovered, we have the crude. We refine our own thing here. How is international this thing going to affect us? Only when we are exporting to them. Abi? But because the leadership is failing us, when we talk about leadership, I miss this boy. What do they call him? Adwini Jonas. You see, we live in a country where the elderly is always right. So when somebody has done something and you want to tell the person, hey, Papa, I think that what you have done
is wrong.
I was in a trotro another day. There was an old man sitting, not old like old, 50s, going to 60, sitting on the back seat and was saying something. And there was a young man sitting by me and telling him, Papa, come and see inside this trotro.
Fight.
You are a child. You are not supposed to tell me that.
Oh my.
I thought what he was saying was true and he was defending himself. It was not that he was defending what he was saying was true. He was telling the boy, even if what I'm saying is not true, you can't tell me that because I'm an elderly person. You have to say, instead of saying, and I'm like, what is the difference? If you are lying, you are lying. What you are saying is untrue. But we live in a country where when the elderly is doing wrong, you can't say it. And this leads me straight to the issue with road accidents. We live here. We will see cars spotted by the road in front of Love FM going towards Tech Junction. The police people will leave it and be standing at the bus stop at Tech Junction and be taking money from total drivers. You go and meet a car that has broken down on the road. No triangles. They have gone to break leaves. In 2021, a car gets spotted and you don't have warning triangles to put on the car. We break branches of trees and grass and put on the roads to warn people. What kind of country are we living in? And we want to try and compare ourselves to somebody? What is the meaning of this? What's the name of the contractor? Kofi Job.
Kofi Job.
Kofi Job. Your truck breaks down on the road. If it was somebody else's truck, they will tow it and charge the person to pay money. Because he is a Kofi Job. So they leave the car there unattended until it kills people. That is how we live in this country. When something happens, you will see a small pothole on a part of the road. Nobody will mind. It will be there. It will grow. It will grow. It will grow. The next time you go, they have put a tire ahead of it so that you see that there's something there. You pass on the side. If it is not a tire, they will put a stick inside.
Yeah, a very long one.
And
they tie
on it. What kind of lifestyle? What kind of people are we? A bottle that can be fixed in less than 5 minutes. We wait for it to grow.
No, it has to go through tender.
It has to go through tender. What is the tender? When people die, the Coffee Job, did they not come from the truck? Did they not come and move it? Which tender are we talking about?
Yeah.
What kind of country are we living in?
I thought it's so sad this evening.
No, it is disheartening. Growing up, if you ask anybody, if you ask my wife, she will tell you that I've always said that living outside Ghana is not something I fancy.
Okay.
Yes, because I believe that we are capable of
change things,
living here and making things prosper for ourselves. But if you look at the things that are going on, I said that some years ago, Top High, our own junction here.
Yeah.
A police officer arrested me. The car I was driving, the roadworthy was dead. The insurance was dead. I'm saying this.
Okay.
The police officer took money from me at this traffic light and he directed me that, where are you going? I told him where I was going. He said, don't pass here. If you pass here, there is another batch of us that are standing there. They will also arrest you and take more money from you.
Okay, wait. So how much did you pay to the police? And how much did you pay and how did he demand it?
I think I was moving from Love FM that day. The car is not mine. I have not bought a car.
Okay.
It belonged to a friend who is no longer in Ghana. Thank God for him. And so when I took the car, he did not watch anything because he's been driving around. So I just sat in and moved. moved from Love FM. I passed this side and was joining the traffic.
Okay.
When I got to the top there, before I descended, there was a jam small because our lights were on red.
Yeah.
So I stopped. I was waiting for it. Then before I realized the man had entered the car. The police officer had entered the car.
Okay.
And he sat on the front seat. Apparently, he saw the sticker, the insurance and this thing sticker.
He checked and it was expired.
And it was expired. So he sat inside. He started asking me, do I know it is expired? Do I know this? I didn't know. And of course, I was at fault. So whatever punishment that was coming to me, yes, I was at fault. So I was supposed to be punished. Then he directed me to drive and go and park in front of Pogas, where they always stand.
Yeah.
I went to park there. He started asking me, so what are we going to do about it?
Even if you had to process you for what you was rather asking you what you...
If you are an officer and somebody has offended and you have to go through the process, why do you come and ask the same person, what are we going to do about it?
I'll be going to print soon, but how much did you...
He took 200 Ghana cedis.
Wait. 32 million. And if you had renewed your license or
the roadworthy and things like that.
How much was it going to cost you?
At that time, I think it was around. I don't remember exactly how much it was at that time.
But not in 200 cedis.
I'm sure it would have been more.
Okay.
Yes. I didn't even have money on me. I had to come behind Love FM to a friend's house to take money.
He didn't take Momo.
Some of them, they don't take, they are smart. They know if you send Momo, their name and things will be registered on your phone. So you can use it to do something. They will never take Momo. They'll ask you to go and redraw it and bring it to them.
So that's
he finished and he directed me. He said, I had a Ufa Hanum say, microphone or Mujina Honum.
Okay.
And if I campus inside, I'm sure people who pass here will know him. Some short man. He was wearing the green sun. Very short guy. He's just a little bit fairer than I am. But what kind of... And nothing will happen to them. We do this all the time in this country. It is everywhere and nothing happens. The leadership has failed Poto.
Well, in case you just joined us, this is Love 99.5 FM and the show is Page 995. We do this with you every Monday and Wednesdays at 7 p.m. We get to talk about the things that have been trending on social media. So that is Facebook or Meta. Yes, it has a new name now. We also do it on stuff that are trending on WhatsApp, Instagram, YouTube, and all the other places that you can think of. And that's what we're doing this evening. My name is Patricia, and I'm here with Atudazi and Prince Techi. Prince, on that score, I'm going to give you your 10 minutes to fuel.
Right.
Kotoko.
Right.
I don't know which of them you want to have a bite on, and of course, road accidents.
Of course. Right. Let me greet our cherished listeners and viewers on Facebook, and let me greet Opeja Kotre Bonsra Free or Tosumino. Opeja Kotre Bonsra Free or Tosumino.
Opeja de no di Kotre.
Opeja meaning that Sasembia, sorry, no matter the case.
Okay.
If the case come and rest on him.
Ye Peja de Kotre no.
Opeja Kotre Bonsra Free Adanse Mahine.
Oh, okay.
Yes, Adanse Mahine. Yes.
Nana Unkanso.
Yes, Nana Unkanso, of course.
And now we greet you this evening. The Unkanso they are saying, I don't understand, so I can't say something.
Of course. Now, let me start with fuel highs, like Barrister did. In fact, I was also fired up, but looking at his the tempo, I have to slow so that the show will be balanced. I was also fired up because looking at the issues, but looking at the fact
that is actually the same way people are incensed out there on social media.
Yes,
it's not a joke.
Yes. You see, when we talk about fuel, like Barrister rightly said, now that we are mining crude in Ghana. And we have an oil refinery in Ghana. Somebody may think, and the person is right, absolutely, that we are not supposed to be tagging ourselves with prices increasing elsewhere to determine our price. It must affect those that do not mine crude, but will go and buy or import crude into their country. But for you mining crude and having an oil refinery, you shouldn't be sitting down and be talking about price hikes somewhere. It is absolutely leadership failure. We've mentioned Tor. I'm sure I've sat on this particular platform talk about Tor before.
Tor before.
You see, as we speak, like I said, and I've made this clear in a lot of media houses that look, as we speak, there are some think tanks in Tor. When Mr. Wadakun was the MD for Bost and Tor was under him, they were mismanaging things and they were having issues with him, and they tried tagging him because they were saying he was an NDC and he was just trying to antagonize them and all that. Now, the same people have been found culpable. The case we discussed the last time.
Yeah.
What are we hearing? Nothing. On the law. These people will go and come back and remain in Tor. They want to kill the business. They want to kill it. You see, if we have leaders, they must act for us to feel that they are acting. So what would it take, even if we go for loan and come and ensure that Tor is working, we are in a position of ensuring that we are going to reduce our fuel price because we are mining crude. If not for anything, the 13% that our share that we have in the Cape 3 Point crude mining, at least you let refine that alone and import additional ones. That one we can adjust ourselves a little. But in a situation where we have an oil refinery, we export everything, go and import everything, and come and tell us that the price there is increasing and that we have to also increase our price. Really, leadership. His Excellency, I think people are sleeping on the job because we were here. You see, these freebies, we want to give you free this, and say in no time they give you with the right hand, they take with the left hand. Here we are. We must be serious on Tor. We must ensure that Tor is working. Tor is on its toes working. That we can be safe a little and say, look, we can say that we want to reduce price of fuel to the barest minimum, but at least we can stabilize it a bit. The hikes are becoming one too many. Currently, truck drivers, like Barrister was saying, and taxi drivers, they don't know whether they have to increase now or they have to wait, because they definitely foresee a different increment in the near future. So if they increase now and the next one is a double silencer, then they wouldn't know whether they were supposed to increase more than they did or not. We have a problem, leadership problem. And we do small things and try to hail ourselves, tickle ourselves and laugh that we are doing the best thing. Leadership. People are there twatting. Crack ships. They are there twatting. Crack ships. And we are here. So, the least we say about Tor and fuel increment, the better. But I know that things will change because they are listening.
And talking of listening, I mean, we just a while ago, ECG, they did their thing. But thankfully, we are back on it, so I think we'll still continue the conversation. I
don't know, saying the energy minister is doing wonderful. He's God sent and all that. And what are we seeing?
We have got
yesterday in my house, I had 6 power outages.
Where do you live?
On and off, Bokrom Estate.
Oh, okay.
It's presso. Clearly. And the question is it doomsaw or is not doomsaw? They will say, oh, this one is doomless. You see?
Doomsay.
You see? So that is that. On the road, you see, just recently, I'm sure you are aware that the police service and the MTTD, they are embarking on a program that sought to increase the number of police officers on the road to ensure that drivers that go on long journey have extra drivers.
Yeah.
So that when they are tired, they will come and support them.
I mean, even per the laws, after 2 hours on the highway, you should rest for 15 minutes. But how many of our drivers are observing that?
Are we going to set a new division in the Ghana Police Service to do that, or the MTTD are going to do it themselves? Is MTTD? Then it's a failure. It's a failure.
Why are you saying
if it is MTTD, it's a failure.
But you always see them on our roads.
Listen, Patricia,
don't let me take somebody else's time.
They
are throwing torchlights in our eyes and taking
Patricia.
Once
Patricia, it's about time we speak truth to power. Look, the Ghana Police Service, the IGP, everybody within the service knows that MTTD are disgracing the Ghana Police Service entirely. Look, I can tell you that in my estimation, 60% of these road accidents can be prevented by these MTT if they are doing their work well. I don't have any knowledge in traffic regulations, but if I see a car that is unbalanced, I know that this car is unbalanced. This guy is going to kill people, and they will stop this car. All that they know is that put the money inside. They'll stand at the driver's side, use their thumb to caress the money like that, and then after that they'll just
what is alleged?
This one. They will say alleged. Even IGP will say alleged, but he knows it is going on. IGP, I'm just about to challenge him that what he's doing with these people trying to clamp down, he should clamp down the Ghana Police Service 5 cities, 10 cities. He should clamp down first, so that I will take him serious. Because if we are going to employ more staff from the MTTD to do this, it's a fiasco. Because they will know that somebody is tired. But the person will say 20 cities, they will pass. I'm telling you that today in the service, the most lucrative part of the service is the MTTD. And look, if we sit down knowing the truth and all of us will pretend we don't know, this road accident will keep on persisting. Nobody can solve it because people that are there that will pay for them to do this for us are selfish interest.
No, wait. So look, there are several causes. If you listen to what like the National Road Safety Authority will tell us, there's driver fatigue at the particular moment where the thing is happening. It's always the driver's intuition as to save or defend or whatever happens. It is more or less like 80% driver behavior. But of course, we have other things regarding poor maintenance of our cars. People don't check their cars before they move it, our roads and all of that. I mean, it's multifaceted. So I don't think saying it would be unfair to say that the MTTD will not do a good job.
You are supporting. You know that you are supporting the analysis that I'm just making right now. Look,
there's DVLA involved.
I'm coming. DVLA registration, maintenance of car parts, whatever, road signs, overspeeding. All these things are there. We know that
the
human
ministry
beings,
itself.
Good human beings as we are, if you allow every human being, he will find a loophole. So they are there to ensure. That's what we pay them, so that somebody will not overspeed. They will check, so that when somebody is having some 40 parts, they can even tell them to park. Hardly. If you see them aggressively chasing somebody, if someone that is recalcitrant, refusing to say, me, I will not pay, they will chase him.
I don't even know whether we should bring back, that system where drivers are going to pay for that compulsory toll system, so that when your car breaks down anywhere, it's just a call away. The next couple of minutes, they come tow the car away, and so the roads are free and all.
Have you been on a road and see a tow truck that has broken down before?
Parts.
The tow truck itself.
Parts.
Yes.
We have issued a press statement on this that we disagree. We think, as public interest advocates, we believe it is a lazy man's approach, in a sense that every car is having an insurance company. So why can't we tax the insurance company to have towing cars? That if this is Holland, this car is Holland. Holland, this is your car. So if we come and see this, we call Holland. Are we afraid of them? Look, the reason why I'm hard on the police today is that you can't, you see, fine, I understand. But Barrister, have you ever had a driver carrying X in a car crashed before? Kusiaka. No, have you ever had such an accident before that?
Have you seen something like that before?
No.
What I have seen,
it means that drivers can be careful.
But
if indeed they value the items they are carrying, they can be careful.
Haven't you seen liquor companies having their trucks falling off?
I'm not talking about liquor. I'm talking about X. No, I'm talking about X.
Okay.
That is what I'm saying, that if the driver indeed values the items he's carrying, he will sail through and get to his destination in peace. So if a driver can carry X from Akomadai, from a very far distance to Kumasi without breaking them, without crashing, without an accident, how much more human beings? Why is the human being a poultry farmer? You understand? So you see, again, drivers must understand that fine, we have issues with our roads. Even our roads, most of our roads are single lanes. We've not dualized them and all that. They must understand that they must play their part. Look, death is one. Death is only one. If you die, you are dead. Look, and if they sit down aloof, thinking that a policeman somewhere is coming to help, Massa, they are just there for money. Why can't they stand at passenger side and open the license?
Okay.
Why can't they stand at passenger side? Passenger side and open the license. They always want to stand at the driver side, but the driver is the one that put them one in. So you understand the concept.
It's 8:01 in the studios of Love FM, and this is page 995. After this quick message, we'll be taking you straight to Konongo Odumasi Senior High School.
We see.
What shall I say? Go watch the continue unto the Lord. What I'll do there? Fire Kowatikakra. Not very one. What shall I say? Fire Kowatikakra. What shall I say? Go watch the continue unto the Lord. What I'll do there? Fire Kowatikakra. Not very one. What shall I say? Fire Kowatikakra. What shall I say? Go watch the continue unto the Lord. kakra. What shall I say? Kowachina continue maybe unto the Lord. What I do there? Fire kowachikakra. Na fe wona what shall I say? Fire kowachikakra. What shall I say? Kowachina continue maybe unto the Lord. What I do there? Fire kowachikakra. Na fe wona what shall I say? Fire kowachikakra. What shall I say? Kowachina continue maybe unto the Lord. What I do there? Fire kowachikakra. Na fe wona what shall I say? Fire kowachikakra.
Alliance, Electric Transformers and Perkins Generators, etc. Locate Africa Company Limited at Ahunjo Main Road or call us on 0507 086 606 or 03220 02397.
Yesterday night, we are in the classroom, so we closed for prep around 8:30. So we came to the dormitory and we saw that the Form 3 students were standing under the building. So they caught one Form 1 and they hold his shirt and they asked him to move his shirt and he said he would. So we were sitting there and we saw that the Form 2 students have grouped themselves and they are coming to us. So when they came, they were come to pull one Form 1 and send him to the dormitory and go and bully him. So all the Form 1 said that we will not allow him to send the Form 1 to the cubicle to go and bully him. So when we were struggling, we saw that. So when he choked the boy with the knife. Who did what? To park.
Did what?
He choked the boy with the knife. So he escaped. So I saw him escaping. So I went and called the boy back. The boy is escaping. We went and caught him. And he sent him to his friends.
It's unfortunate that this incident has happened to us. We've reported the case to our bosses. The police is also investigating the case, and I want to assure the public that the school will give its maximum support towards the investigation of the case so that we have justice for all.
Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe and click on that bell icon. And
yesterday night, we are
a student of Konongo Odumasi Senior High School here in the Ashanti region, narrating what he saw on Friday evening after prep hours, which the police tell us that there were two Form 2 students of the school who went on a bullying spree. Yes, and we've all suffered bullying before. It's not something nice at all. That is they went on this spree on November 5, and their actions led to the death of Samuna Larhan, age 17, a first-year gold track student of the school. Of course, he was rushed to the hospital for treatment but was pronounced dead on arrival. Now, the court, the Konongo District Court, today remanded the 5 students arrested for their roles in the death of Samuna into police custody, and that they are expected to return to court on November 15 on a provisional charge of murder and also abetment of crime. Yes, they are juvenile suspects, as we understand from the police. And talking of the police, I want us to also take a listen to the commander when he spoke about them being remanded into custody.
We got the juvenile suspects, and according to the Alien Act, we don't have to term them as suspects. We got them, the juveniles, to court. As investigation is not completed, we came to seek to get them remanded so that we can continue with investigations. Since we cannot keep them above the 48 hours, there's a constitutional mandate. So we got them to the court, juvenile court today, to get them remanded. So God being so good, the court granted our request, and they've been remanded to reappear on the 15th, that's a week today, to court. Meanwhile, the court has directed the registrar to send or forward all recordings and then charge sheet to the supervising High Court judge to direct the court to the next line of action.
Yesterday night,
Or
we were in the classroom, so we closed for prep around 8:30. So we came to the dormitory and we saw that the Form 3 students, were standing under the building. So they caught one Form 1 and they hold his shirt and they asked him to move his shirt and he said he would. So we were sitting there and we saw that the Form 2 students have grouped themselves and they are coming to us. So when they came, they were come to pull one Form 1 and send him to the dormitory and go and bully him. So all the Form 1 said that we will not allow him to send the Form 1 to the cubicle to go and bully him. So when we were struggling, we saw that. So when he choked the boy with the knife. Who did what? To park.
Did what?
He choked the boy with the knife. So he escaped. So I saw him escaping. So I went and called the boy back. The boy is escaping. We went and caught him. And he sent him to his friends.
Good morning. We brought the juvenile suspects, and according to the Living Act, we don't have to term them as suspects. We brought them, the juveniles, to court. As investigation is not completed, we came to seek to get them remanded so that we can continue with investigations. Since we cannot keep them over and above the 48 hours per there's a constitutional mandate, so we got them to the court, juvenile court today, to get them remanded. So God being so good, the court granted our.
Yeah, we spoke about Ninehini Catholic SHS. Some students allegedly burning down a part of the boys' dormitory because they were not allowed to cheat at the WASI exams. Yes, and these things keep happening. I don't know. Yes, bullying and all of this in a senior high school. 5 minutes for you.
This issue.
It's heartbreaking.
It's rather unfortunate. Very unfortunate.
Okay, so we've actually projected some of the pictures, but of course we have to also cover them up because they are juveniles and 18. But when you go on our Facebook page, LUV99.5 FM, you see incidents or you see pictures regarding this particular incident.
Yes, as I was saying, this is rather disheartening and very sad.
Yeah.
I will not entirely blame the leadership for this one.
Yes.
I believe that as human beings, we should always think about the whys. Mm-hmm. Why am I doing what I am doing? Mm-hmm. How will it benefit me? Every step of the way. You never know. They are just proving, letting everybody know that we are seniors in the school. And for people to fear, so that when we are home, we can also say that when we were in school, we were this, we were this, we were that.
Fear you for what?
Exactly. Why? What will you gain from it? Bullying has always been there, but there's playful one, and there is the, excuse my language, the stupid one like this one. We have heard of stories where they say the senior will call you and say, give you 2 CDs and say, go and buy Wache 5 CDs, buy a Manchester United 1 CD, Wele and all these things. And then he will finish and say that when you finish, bring me a change of 5 CDs. And some of these were stories that we told for fun. When I went to school, yes, there was kneel down. You are this. Come and dance for us. Come and do this. Hold your ears. Do a go up and down.
Okay.
Yes, there is that one. You make fun of yourselves. But to go to this extent, carrying a sharp object, concealed, because you want to bully people. And now this is where it has landed. It's rather unfortunate. I believe that what's the guy's name?
Samuna Laman.
Samuna
Laman, the late.
He is a hero in my books because he wouldn't sit and watch somebody get bullied.
Yeah.
I pray that his sacrifice would actually bring an end to bullying in schools, not just in a course. There's nothing you can say about this to make it.
Prince.
Yeah, but yes, in as much as I side with Barrister to a large extent, I think this current system of education in Ghana would definitely result in these kind of things. That teachers in a school have their hands tight. Headmaster, you dare not speak when children are misbehaving. If you dare, you'll be interdicted, you'll be sacked. This, that. I just heard the minister saying that they want to put an end, they will try and put an end to bullying in schools. Is it going to, is it coming from Accra to do it, or who is going to do it? Because right now, if a child is doing something in the school and you dare speak, as a teacher, you'll be interdicted. As a headmaster, you'll be transferred. So everybody's afraid. This is the reality. This is the reality. Look, I have been against excess caning. Some were over caning. That the strips, what just recently happened at Bosonche, that area. Headmaster giving somebody rollback. Giving the person that sort of.
It's a mess or something.
Yes.
Mess, yeah.
But to rule out corporal punishment in its entirety, we are going to see this more and more and more of this, because currently there is no culture of fear in the school.
I don't remember having any sharp object written on my prospectus back as a Monicus. I don't know how these things land into the hands of our young ones
previously,
back at school.
Previously, teachers will mount on search. Housemasters and mistresses will mount on search and unravel all these things. But today, if you dare and the child go and complain that I brought this, the teacher, they will say you are interdicted. The child can even fabricate a story.
How do you instill discipline?
Yes, so I'm saying that this style of the students are the heroes. Nobody should dare touch them. If you touch them, you are transferred, you are interdicted. Let me say again, I'm against excess caning and over caning. But to say that in its entirety, no corporal punishment, that is why the child was having that object in his pocket or holding it. Because in the school, nobody dare speak. The headmaster himself cannot speak. Ask him, he cannot speak. Currently, if you dare speak against anything that the child is doing, the child is paramount in the school. Previously, one child like this child, the headmaster could say, because of this behavior, you are therefore sacked.
Or you've been demonized and all that.
But today, you dare not, unless you write to the Ministry of Education, Regional Education Office, to the Ministry of Education. It must come from that end. It must come from that end.
Explain why you want to do this to this.
The headmaster today in these senior schools do not have any power. He's just there occupying an office.
Administrative boss.
So this kind of system we are running, that we want to change the model. Because I heard him saying bullying will come to the end of bullying. Will it come from Accra to all the schools and do it, or who is going to do it? Because today every teacher is afraid. If you ask them, they will tell you that they are protecting their jobs.
Their jobs.
At least they will be paid every month. They wouldn't do things that would end them being interdicted.
0322083596, 0322083597, 0322083598. These are the numbers you can call into the studios now. We've activated the lines for you to have a bite on exactly what we are speaking about or what we are discussing this evening. 03220 83596, 03220 83597 and 03220 83598. Let me see if I have my first caller on the line. Hello, good evening. Okay. Okay, so let me just still mention my numbers again. 03220 83596, 03220 83597, 03220 83598. I mean, this evening we are talking about indiscipline, which has gradually crept into our senior high school system, and we are seeing things which are quite things you can't even understand, you can't comprehend or just understand why these things are happening. We are also talking about road fatalities. We are talking about fuel hikes. How is it affecting you as a consumer? Yes. And we're also talking about the fact that Shatawale is calling for reforms at our prison service after he had a feel of the place, yes, when he was taken to Ankafo prison. He's calling for reforms and Kotoko apps or Go apps on the GPL. Yes, House of Folk fans, you drew yesterday. Prince, why? I say House of Folk and you're happy. I know you are a phobian.
Yes, I am.
Why?
But see, these players that are enjoying the ambience at the stadium, shaking Fabio Gama. When the fans pack and charge on them, they should understand that Kotoko and Has, Real Madrid, Barcelona, these teams. These are result-oriented teams. So if you score, we praise you. If you twat, you Fabio Gama. You see, the league is about to get to it. I mean, heated stage.
Yeah, but the league just started.
Yes. So I mean, 2 matches and you are just praising.
Parties happy. 2 matches. Look at the EPL. When it started, Arsenal was struggling with relegation. Today, as I'm talking to you, Arsenal is above Man United on the table.
Well, at 8:30, Bali will come your way with the hook here on Love 99.5 FM, and your man Melvin will take over your radio at exactly 10 p.m. So, of course, you need to keep listening to Love 99.5 FM. Download our app on the Manjo Online app, yes, on Play Store or your App Store. And also, you can download Adom Online app, get to listen to every single thing that we are doing here. And also, for more stories, you can visit myjoonline.com and also adomonline.com for all the stories that we have for you. So, 03220 83596, 03220 83597, 03220 83598. So I have a message from a gentleman called Atupa. Atupa says he's listening to us. Thank you so much, Atupa, for your message. He knows what he did on Friday evening.
People confuse Atu and Atupa a lot. Whenever I find because my name is Atu Patrick.
So they shorten the
but I'm the nice one, he's the ugly one. People should notice that one. When you meet us. Yes. Atufa, good evening. No, don't come and insult me in my DM.
Okay, so you can give us a call, but if before we are still waiting for the calls, let me give you a minute each on this the issues that we've raised this evening. Ato.
Yes.
Not Atopa. Yes.
Ato Patrick, Atopa.
I believe I agree with the Prince about the discipline issue. Gone are the day. I struggle to.
Okay, let me hold you right there. I have my first caller. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening, madam.
Yes, this is Love FM. Please, what's your name?
How are you?
I'm fine.
My name is Osei. I'm speaking from Adija.
Okay, Osei, you have the first minute.
Madam, what I want to talk about is the issue of this reckless driving. And this reckless driving, I blame the state. Because it seems Ghana has lost a sense of humanity. We don't know how to control ourselves. Because how can our road become so deadly? What punishment have we implemented to give it to these offenders? Imagine if somebody could have given life imprisonment, wouldn't they stop it? Madam, even the kind of cars that we use in this country is still good cars. They don't mean for humanity. These truck cars, they're all cargo cars. Buses and trains are used for humanity. You understand? That is why if the petrol price goes up, we can't security. If in case it crashes, it's not safe. So I appeal to the state. Enough is enough. Look at what happened to Akomada, the bus. These buses come from South Korea. How many times do you hear of accidents? The Americans have the same buses. How many do you hear of accidents? Those who drive these buses, they're not even qualified to be made to those cars. The car weighs 24 tons. So the little mistake that you do, you cause harm. So please, my appeal to the government, he should ban all these buses for safety evaluations. The way STC is due control, they should control that bus in the same way. If you buy the bus, then the mass organization, special organization, how the drivers are going to manage, they're going to be trained periodically, they go to course, now that's the STC do. I believe if you do that, the accident can be reduced. If not, the situation is getting out of control. And I appeal to the government, the one who caused the Akomada accident, the president should use his executive power. In case the man is convicted, he should burn him in the same fashion to serve as a lesson to others. How about you do that? I pay you to drop me alive. I need to pay you to go and kill me. And also I appeal to passengers. If the driver is driving careless, you don't listen. Drop for the car. Tell the driver, please, put the droppers.
Thank
and
you.
Take the car away. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I mean, I just can't agree with exactly all the things that he said. But you see, the drivers there, whether private or public, most of them are reckless. I have been on an STC bus where the driver was a bully. That's how I'll describe him. Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Yes, this is Love FM. Please tell us your name.
My name is Aipe from Assumption.
Okay, Aipe, have 1 minute.
Thank you. I believe you have been monitoring how Napo and Akufo-Addo is doing to our light.
In fact, we have suffered that same thing, but what we can tell, what we know is ECG is the distributor.
ECG, the time Mahama was there, were there not ECG over there?
ECG has always been in existence, yes.
So
that is very true.
Mahama was named after Dumso, Akufo-Addo is no more gaining than Mahama. So it's Akufo-Addo and Napo who is doing that. Let's face the fact. In any case, fuel prices and its effects. Madam, government told us that at the end of the year, the budget, they peg it around, I think, 57.3 or so. Now they have attained more than what they call it, they are expected or what they were anticipated for. For now, we are around 80-something%. And there is this levy, price stabilization levy. The rationale behind this is to, when the external factor, when there's an increase or increment outside, we can inject this to mitigate or to reduce the price increasing in this country. I don't know whether out of wickedness on the part of the government, you have attained this. What are you doing with the price stabilization levy that you have accumulated from us? What is he doing with it? All what he's interested in is to hire luxurious jets, going out with a lot of people who are unproductive or who brings nothing on board. Akufo-Addo and Bawumia cacophoniously, and I'll blame some of you because you trumpeted the propagation they made or the propaganda they made during 2016.
No,
they are incompetently incompetent. Then it is very glaring. Everybody has seen how these people, even they claim they have men, not women. Even they have, they don't even have women. They have messed up everything. Everything is in the price of
Please round up for me.
Increasing astronomically. Nothing is doing about it. All we have seen is criticizing. We have to stop that jokes that you're playing with us.
Martin,
they're serious. We come after them.
Hey,
thank you.
We hope we don't get there. Thank you so much for your call anyway. Hi, good evening. Hello, good evening. Okay, 03220-83596, 03220-83597, and 03220-83598. Also, let me give you the continuing time.
Yes, I want to talk about things we have control over.
Okay.
You sit in trottoirs and they are tattered vehicles. They don't have any protect. You see all the intestines
of the car
and the skeleton of the car. And these cars still have roadworthy certificates and they are operating on these roads. I can say for a fact, I've seen before with my own eyes, somebody renew their roadworthy certificate without stepping a foot at DVLA. They sit in the comfort of their home or their office. They have boys at DVLA. They call them, my roadworthy is there though. Oh, bring us your book. That book that they have. He takes the book and go and renews it and brings it back to the person. The car, nothing is checked on the car. The car is sitting in the house. And roadworthy certificates are. How do we understand when we said something is roadworthy?
Prince.
Yes. If the car is not worthy, what about the road? Don't they also take roadworthy? Why can't they also make a roadworthy? See, you see, this issue of road carnage part is an issue pregnant with so many things.
Yes.
So many things. Look, drivers must understand that, you see, you can drive reckless, but you can die as well. And death, like I keep saying, is once. So you can say, oh, me, I've taken some alcohol. I want to overspeed. So like I said, if we can convey and transport X from one point to the other without crashing them, human beings are more valuable than X.
Thank you so much for the calls. Thank you for downloading the My Joy online app and Adum online app to listen to us live through streaming, seamless streaming. We very much appreciate that. Thank you for also listening to us on radio. Pretty much, we appreciate that. Keep following us on social media, Love 99.5 FM. This is where we draw the curtains down on page 995 on Love 99.5 FM. You heard Atodadzi and Prince Techi. My name is Patricia. Bali is up next with The Hook. Stay tuned. We have more for you on Love 99.5 FM. Let's all be good citizens and have a good night.
In the book of Psalm, chapter 63, verse 1, David said, "Early will I